Hi, everybody. It's 2 o'clock on a Friday, and today I'm making 3 cards, so it's going to be a longer video. But these are graduation cards using Simple Stories graduation paper. So stay with me, and I'll show you how to make them. Okay, so I'm making 3 cards, and they're all interactive or fun folds. So the first one we're going to be making is a fun fold. The second one is called a wiper card. You can see how it mechanism works there. And the third one is a twist and pop. Okay, and I have done a handout for you. So the handout, hi Cheryl, the handout shows the piece of paper here. I'm going to, this is not in color, so I'm going to show you how to cut the paper. And then we have the instructions for the fun fold, and then the instructions for the wiper, and instructions for the twist and pop. All right. So these are all in the PDF section, so you'll be able to print them off. Okay, so this is the paper I'm using, Simple Stories Graduation, and I'm going to show you how you can make these 3 cards using the one sheet of paper. So, all right, so I've done a little diagram here. All right, so number 1, you're going to cut this out. Okay, you're going to be trimming it. All the sizing and everything is on this side right here. Okay, so this is number 1. And this is for the front of card number 3. So now we have number 2, and it's this one. You're not going to cut down here. You're going to leave it as 4 by 6, which says right here. And this one is for card number 1. We're going to be using the striped side. Now, number 3 is a 4 by 4. And that is for card number 2. It says right here, card number 2. 4 are 4 2 by 2s, and that is for card number 3. Then we're going over here. This is card number 5. It is a 4 by 4, but you're going to cut it to 3 by 4. So you're just going to cut some off the sides. Okay. All right. And then we're up to 6. This is a 4 by 6. You'll cut it as a 4 by 6. And then you're going to cut these strips. There's 3 strips here, and you're cutting them at 1/2 inch. And they are 1/2 inch by 4 1/4. And then there's number 7, which is this part of it. And you're going to cut it down to 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. So these 1/2 inch strips are for card number 2. You do need 4 strips though. You're only cutting 3 here because you need the extra room for this one here, which is card number 1. So now we're going over to the last 4 by 6. And this one you're cutting out the 2 sentiments. You're going to cut them in ovals. And then you're going to have this remaining part in the center. And this is where you're getting your 4th 1/2 inch by 4 1/4 strip. Okay. So that's how you're going to cut your paper. All right. So our first card is this one, and it's a fun fold. We've done these before. So you're going to cut your white cardstock to 4 1/4 by 11. I better go down a bit here. 4 1/4 by 11. And you're going to score at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4. So you're going to fold your card over to make a card. And then you're going to take it and you're going to turn it around like that. Okay. So the fold is on the bottom. And then you're going to fold this towards yourself and give it a good burnish. So now it looks like this. Okay. All right. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Darlene and Muriel. Okay, so now I'm going to take a black mat, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to set it inside my card. And then I cut, remember where I said you cut this? And that is going to go there. So I'm using the other side of it. And it is 3 3/4 by 5. All right, now we're going to work on the front of our flap here. So I have a black mat that I've cut. And this area here is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So this is 2 1/2 by 4. All the measurements are in the instructions. And then remember at the top of our paper, I had this little piece cut. And this one was 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, so there we go. Oh, somebody has an angry face. Why do you have an angry face? Julie, you must have hit the wrong one. I hope. Okay, now you've cut a piece of black paper, which is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then this is the paper element that you cut to size of 3 by 4. Originally it was 4 by 4, and now you've cut it down. So we're just going to map those two together like so. How do you get the instructions? You go to, I'll post a link and you'll be able to, you can click on the link. But if you go to the PDF files, Scrapbookers Anonymous video PD files, it's a group. You can join it and then you'll get notification when I post. But at the end of the video, in my Facebook group or Facebook post, I'll post a link to the group. Okay, so it looks like that. Now this one, I'm going to flip it over and I'm just putting adhesive at the top, only at the top. Okay, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to place it right in the center. So it looks like this. All right. So now when you pull this, you can put your personal sentiment here, and then this just tucks under like that. And then it stands up like that. Okay. So there's card number 1. All right. Card number 2 is a wiper card. Now this one, whoops, this one was 4 by 4. I'm making it bigger this time. I decided I wanted to make it bigger. So here we go. So here's all my little pieces. So this one is this. So I've got all your diagrams here, what we're going to be doing. So I think it's pretty straightforward. And then I have all your instructions as well. Okay. You're going to cut 2 pieces of black paper. And on this side, you are going to score on the left side at 3/4 and 1 1/2. You're going to do this on both 3/4 and 1 1/2. So this paper is 6 by 4 1/2. All right. So now I'm going to fold on these score lines. And the first fold is a valley fold. So it's like that. And then the second one is a mountain fold. Okay. And then this one is a valley fold. And this one is a mountain fold. Right. So I'm just going to put them like this in front of me, like so, and just open them up like that. Okay, and now you're going to take, so let me get these out of the way here. Okay, so it looks like this. Now you're going to take a piece, 2 pieces of paper, and they are cut at 3/4 of an inch by 2. And with a pencil, you're going to tick at 3/4 of an inch going down. Okay, so let's get my ruler. And I'm going to tick at 3/4 of an inch, which is right there. All right, and then I'm going to score it on the diagonal from the top left corner to that pencil tick. Just going to do a little score line. Okay. Did I do that wrong? No, that's right. Okay. And so I've got 2 of those. All right. You can see that I have that little score line there. So I'm just going to fold it back and forth. Okay. And I'm going to do that on both. There we go. All right. Now we're going to place them. So here's our line, our score line, right here. And this one is going to go here. So I have the top of that right-hand corner of the score line at the top of this first score line. So it looks like that. And then this one is going to go the opposite way. This one is going to go this way. So there's my first score line, the top left side, and it's going to go like that. Now, the only part of this that I am going to attach is this little triangle. Okay, so I'm just going to put my tape on that triangle. So you can see I've got tape on the triangle, and I'm going to flip it over. And again, the top of that diagonal is going to be at the top of the score line. And then this one, I'm going to do the same, but it's the opposite, facing the opposite way. So I just put it on that triangle. So now, first score line, the top left, I'm putting it right there. Okay. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this one over this way. I'm going to fold this one over this way. So now it looks like this. Okay, just like that. And in your instructions, here it is. It's exactly what it looks like. Okay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over like that. And I'm going to give it a little crease with my bone folder. I'm going to fold this one over, give it a little crease. So these are the little mechanisms. These are the little things that are going to pop up. Okay. All right, so now I am going to put tape on here. and on here. Okay. So now I have tape on there. And here it is here. This is tape. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this one and I'm going to flip it this way so that the mechanism is on the bottom. Okay. So they look like this. And I'm going to flip it this way. So the mechanism is on the bottom. And then I'm going to attach it to my card. Okay, so it goes one here. And then this one is going to go over here. All right, so now it's attached. So now watch when I pull this. See the mechanisms? There's one at the bottom, one at the top. One at the top, one at the bottom. Okay. So that is called a wiper card. You can see this one peeking out here and this one peeking out here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate. So this card is 4.5 by 4.5. So this white piece here is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. It's a piece of white cardstock. Four 1/4 by 4 1/4. Then from your paper elements, this is 4 by 4. We don't need any trimming at all. And then this one is going on the front. Okay, so there's the front of our card. Okay, now on this piece of paper, there was this piece here, and I cut, way to go, and you did it. I cut them out in the ovals. And then what I did was I glued them onto a piece of white cardstock, and then I just trimmed them to leave a little border. See that? So I just glued them on and trimmed them. So that's all you have to do. Just fussy cut. Okay. All right. Now I am going to open it up and lay it flat. And now I'm going to attach my sentiments. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on the right side when I flip it over and attach it here. Now, this is just a trial, so I just want to see if I should cut some of it off or what I want to do so that you can see it there. So you kind of have to trial and error here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off. I'm just going to snip about 1/4 of an inch off. And then I'm going to put this on again. And let's have a look. There, that's better. Okay. So now, when it pops up, it looks like that. So you can trim this part off, that little corner up there, so it looks a little neater. Okay. All right, now, so that one's there. Okay, so now I'm going to do the bottom one. You did it. So I'm going to put that here. Again, I'm just applying tape on the side that I'm attaching. So I'm attaching it on the left side. So let's see about this one. That's good. Someone's clicking in here. Oh, I got it on the wrong side. That's fine. Okay, that's pretty good. And then I'm just going to trim that little triangle off. So it looks like that. Okay, so it looks like that. And then you open it up, and there they are. That's still sticking up a little bit, but there we go. All right. Hi, Cindy. So now it looks like that, and then you just pull it, and those little things pop up. So you can just trim up the area to clean it up, and it looks like that. Okay. Now, remember those pieces I told you about cutting? 1/2 inch by 4 1/4. So these are going to go here. So there's 2 on the left and 2 on the right. There we go. So you just don't want to start cutting up your paper element sheet because we don't cut them up as you normally would. Okay, and I'm just going to turn it over. You really don't need them on this side, but I put them on anyways. Because you don't really see it. There we go. And this one. Yeah. Okay. Now, I forgot to cut a piece for the back here. I don't think that's big enough. Well, for now, I'll put that on. Hi. Okay, so now I'll put a bigger one on here. I forgot to put that in the instructions. All right. So you can just cut a 4 1/4 by 4 or 4 1/2 by 4 1/2 for the side of our wiper card. So there we go. There's our little wiper card. Okay. Card number 2. All right. Card number 3. This is one of my favorite cards. I love it. This is called a twist and pop. Okay. All right. All right, you're going to start with a piece of white cardstock. That is 8 by 2. And you're going to score it at 1. So you're going to score it in half, and then you're going to score it in half here at 4. Okay. All right. Then you are going to measure 1 inch. I'm going to see this. 1 inch on either side of the middle score line. Okay. 1 inch. Okay. I want to make sure these are an inch. hard to see the score line. There it is. 1 inch. That's not it. 1 inch, 1 inch. Okay, so now I have these little lines marking 1 inch from that center score line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm placing the top right tick and I'm going to score a line to the bottom left. Okay. So I'm just going to take this and score. So what I'm doing is I'm creating an X. And now I'm going to go from the top left to the bottom right of my pencil ticks. And I'm going to pass through the center. Okay. So I have passed through the center and I've created an X. All right. Okay. All right. Now I am going to fold on all of my score lines. And I'm folding on the diagonal score lines this way. Folding on the diagonal score lines this way. And you can see that they match. On that, when I go that way, when I go this way, these lines match. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to take it and I'm going to push these in. So now the trick here is these sides are open. Okay, it's not this way with the folds this way. You've got it like this and you bend it in the middle like that. These are the outsides. And then you just push those outsides and they create the mechanism. All right. Okay, I'm going to do that again. So I've got my score lines here. I've burnished on all the score lines. And what I'm going to do is I've got it like this and I'm bending, and then it automatically folds in like that. Do you need some help?
I'm looking for hexagon dots.
I don't have any hexagon dies.
Okay. Just keep looking around that
Okay.
And I told her that I wasn't sure if we
Yeah.
had any, and so I decided she and I would look along.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can go back.
Okay.
All right. So there we go. Okay. Now I have my card. My card was 4 1/4 by 11, and I have folded it in half to create my card. Now on the inside of my card, I'm opening this up, and this is where the mechanism will go. Now, I've found that if I snipped off just a corner, just the top corner of the triangle, it opens and closes a little bit better, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my glue, and I'm going to use liquid glue for this. So I am going to put my glue on top of this triangle. Okay, and I'm just going up to the score line. See that? Up to the score line. And this is in your diagram right here. So I've got that evenly positioned, and I've got it up to my score line. And then I'm just going to press down on it. Okay. And then I'm opening it up again. And I'm going to apply my liquid glue right here on the other side. And then I'm going to close this up. Okay. And now you have your mechanism. Ta-da. Okay. All righty. All right. Now you're going to take a piece of paper that is 8.5 by 2 1/4. All right. And I'm going to fold it in 4 equal. So I've got 4 1/4. So we'll do that. And then I'm just going to take this one and fold it up like this. Give it a burnish. And then I'm going to fold this one up and give it a burnish. And now I have four equals. Okay. All right. So what you want to do is we are going to attach this to our mechanism. Okay. Now you want to have a mountain fold in the center. So it's valley fold, mountain fold, valley fold. This is where you're going to put your adhesive. You're going to put it in the top right section, not the bottom. We're only putting it on the top. So it's top right. So you can just sort of guide yourself to the corner of the card. Okay. And to the score line. Now on the other side, we're going to do opposite. We're going to go from the side of the card to the top of the score line, but on the bottom. Okay. So we have adhesive or liquid glue up here on the top right side, and we have glue on the bottom left side. All right. Now you're going to take this piece, and you see the score line here? And you see your center score line here? Those are going to match up. So we're going to place that on there like that. And make sure that there's equal distance on each side. And we're just going to lay this down across. Okay, just like that. Just lay it across. So it's gluing here and it's gluing here. Okay. So now watch. I am going to fold it up like so. And now I'm going to open it. I'm going to fold it up. I'm going to open it. So there we go. How's that? I love it. Okay. Now, these are the 2x2s that we cut from our paper. And now we're going to put them inside our card. Okay. And they will fit in here like so. And we'll put this one here. And you're all ready? Okay. I'll be right back.
447. Thank you.
Thank you. Did you want a bag?
No, that's good. Thank you.
Okay, and now I'm going to put the last one on. And put that one right there. Okay, so the inside of my card goes like that. I have to say that this is so much easier to make than the original years ago. This is way easier. All right. And then you're going to take, just let me put my lid on my glue here. Now you're taking a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of black, and you're going to make sure you have this at the front, and we're going to put this on here. And then I cut a piece of gray, and the gray is 3 3/4 by 5. And then the top was the 4 by 6, which I cut down to 3 1/2 by 3 3/4. Oh, I have to cut it a bit more. So 3 1/2 by 3 3/4. That's something on there. Okay. So congrats, grad. And it opens up like that. I love it. And then we have follow your dreams. Way to go. You did it. The more you use this one, the more the mechanism works. See that? Follow your dreams. And then we had our fun fold. So there we go. 3 grad cards using 1 piece of paper. And your handout, oops, is this. 3 pages. I give you a cutting guide that I messed up here. There's your cutting guide, all your instructions. Now this paper also comes with hats, dots, stars, and glasses. Okay, so there's 3 papers that are available. Okay, all right, I'll put a link to the card, to the handout. There's a few things I wanted to show. I was just picking some things off of the wall. I haven't used these yet, and they're pretty darn cute. I think I was waiting for the eyes, but maybe I'll just use regular eyes. So I'm going to try this. Dancing birthday monster. The legs move back and forth. And of course, you know I like that. And this is a little panda bear, and the body swings. So I think those are kind of cute, and I'll give those a whirl. This is a beautiful frame. you get the scalloped in 3 sizes plus the hearts in 4 sizes, and you get a thanks with a outline offset. See that? Beautiful. I love it. And then this one, of course, I love. This is so beautiful. I've used this so many times. Make-A-Wish art labels. And then remember I did a card with this. It was so beautiful. I loved it. Loved it, loved it. Look at this one. I love that one too. Nice and springy. We're into spring. Okay, so just a few things that are on the wall that you might be interested in. And I think I'll make some cards with these little guys. They're pretty darn cute. Okay, so that is it. So I know a lot of you bought the paper. So now you can make 3 grad cards. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. And I am going to have cookies for next week. They didn't make it this week, but next week I will have cookies. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Have a great weekend, everybody. Karen's here tomorrow, so pop in to see her. Okay. Bye-bye.